Hello everyone. Now we will solve a small problem in relation with the area moment of inertia. Here we have an I section that is unsymmetrical I section because it is not symmetric about the centroidal axis x axis, but whereas it is symmetrical about the y axis. So how to find out the moment of inertia of these kind of cross sections? The I section is known for its maximum bending rigidity, maximum resistance towards the bending for the minimum area. So now we will find out the moment of inertia of this I section with respect to its own centroidal axis. But in case if the centroid was not given, we need to find out where the location of the centroid is. So we'll have a quick recap on how to find out the centroid of any kind of a cross sections. We know for these kind of a cross section, we can able to find out the centroid with the help of a following procedure. The procedure is very simple. First, we have to identify. We need to chop the composite plane figure into a known plane figure of area number 1, area number 2, and area number 3. We have to chop them into the known rectangular areas. Then we need to identify the local we need to draw the reference axis. Yes, for sure we need to draw the reference axis, x axis as well as y axis, because from these axes we are going to measure the centroidal distances. Then we need to identify the local centroid. What is the centroid of this rectangle, what is the centroid of this rectangle, and what is the centroid of these rectangles. Then we need to measure the centroidal distances from the reference axis. Let us say, for example, in this case this is your x1 distance, this is your x2 distance, and this is your x3 distance. This is your x3 distance. These x1, x2, x3 are the centroidal distance away from the y-axis, away from the reference axis, y-axis. And similarly, these distance, this is your y1, this is your y2, and this is your y3. This is your y3. These are the centroidal distance. y1, y2, y3 are the centroidal distance away from the reference axis, x-axis, away from the reference axis, x-axis. So once if we have found all these centroidal distances, and if we know the areas of all the three elemental rectangles, then we can able to form up a table like this. We can able to form up a table where we can incorporate the areas, then x bar and y bar distances. Whereas in this case, because it is symmetrical about the y axis, x bar distance never varies, and y bar distance is the distance away from the reference axis, x axis, for each and every areas. Then we can fill up the table. Then we can find out the summation of the x bar into a and summation of the y bar into a. And if we divide that by total area, then we can able to find the centroids of the location of the centroid of the global centroid, capital X bar and capital Y bar. So in this case it is 50 mm and 42.73 mm. So the location of the centroid is here, right here. And if we draw an axis through this point, now we can call this axis as the centroidal axis. These two axes are now called as the centroidal axis. So the area moment of inertia of the whole rectangular section, the area moment of inertia of the whole rectangular section will be equal to area moment of inertia of this section plus area moment of inertia of this section and the area moment of inertia of this section. So the addition of I1, I2 and I3 will give you the moment of inertia of the whole rectangular cross section with respect to this axis, x axis. So the reference axis is very important. So moment of inertia of the first area with respect to xx, moment of inertia of the second area with respect to xx axis, then moment of inertia of the third area with respect to xx axis. If we find out the summation of all the three quantities, then it will give you the moment of inertia of the whole plane area. So in order to do that, we need to find out we have to use the parallel axis theorem, and we have to find out the area moment of inertia of the total section. So the area moment of inertia of the total section, the entire composite plane figure, will be equal to the area moment of inertia of the individual rectangular areas. So I1 here we call it as area moment of inertia of the first rectangular area. Then I2 we call it as area moment of inertia of the second area, and I3 we call it as area moment of inertia of the third area. So the addition of everything will give you the moment of inertia about the x axis.